Hello, it's Just Gaming here, and welcome to a Minecraft Let's Play video. And this video is going to be a bit of a different Minecraft video, this one, because if any of you don't know, basically, this is going to be an update video. So basically, I usually do some updates on Minecraft, but this might be the final update on the Xbox One version, because if any of you don't know, I know that a lot of people might have heard that they're not going to be updating this version anymore. I know that I've actually heard from people quite a few weeks ago, and they have been tweeting saying that there's going to be no more updates for the Xbox One, which is going to be really annoying because they're not going to be adding any new features of what is on the PC or the Better Together. So basically, I just wanted to do a little video just to let you know that they're not going to be adding any more updates for the Xbox One. Basically, it's the Xbox One only. Basically, this version they're not going to be adding any more stuff. Xbox 360, PS4, Wii U, Nintendo Switch, PC, and the Better Together, they're going to be adding more updates. But for this version, they're not going to be adding any more updates, which is going to be really annoying. To be honest with you, though, I'm absolutely fine with it, because the problem is what I'm going to speak about in this video is, well, there's going to be a lot of kind of lyrics, but to be honest with you, though, I'm actually happy with the update as it is right now, because if they added another update, it would have been okay. But apart from that, though, I'm happy with this update. I'm pretty much happy. I'm glad that I've got parrots, which is good news. I'm glad that I've got all the pets, which is good. Yeah, to be honest with you, though, I'm pretty happy with the update. I think the update is fine. I really wanted more updates in the future, if they're maybe going to add maybe some tool choices, because I know, like I said, that there's like the what's it called, Aquatic update? Yeah, Aquatic update, I think it's called, and I think that actually adds penguins to the game, so that would have been good for the Xbox One, but sadly they're not adding this one. They are doing it for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 4. I don't have a PS4 anyway, and I don't really move my world to the Xbox 360, because the problems about that version is basically that it makes it too small. This is if for my lovely world anyway, it would have been too small. So basically, that's why I decided to just stay on Xbox One. I have been on to think about, by the way. I've been thinking whether I should move to the Better Together, and I know that a lot of people have been asking me, saying I really hate that version, because the problems about that version, by the way, is I just really hate it completely, because when you move about and stuff, it just goes absolutely jerky. It goes absolutely quickly and all that. It's just like, it's really weird, that version. So I've been on to think about whether I should move it to the Better Together or the PC. And I know that, like I said, though, that the Xbox One version is probably not going to be lasting as long. If you're well, that's if you're playing offline mode at least. But if you're playing online, it's going to start. It's going to start getting a little bit weird. So I've been having to think about that while I've been away. By the way, while I've been away for a couple of days, I have been having to think about whether I should move it to the Better Together. So what I'm going to do on Sunday is I'm going to do a Better Together video in my lovely world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my lovely world in the Better Together over the weekend. And what I'm going to do is I might not maybe doing it tonight or tomorrow. Is I'm going to move my world to the Better Together. And I know that, like I said, though, guys, it's probably going to happen anyway, because the Xbox One version might not be lasting as long. So I think it's just going to, because I know that my Sketchbook world it's been moved to the Better Together. So I will go and do a video on that at some point. But I know that, like I said, in my lovely world, I will be moving that to the Better Together anyway, just because I've moved some worlds to the Better Together. I think the MotoGP world has been moved to the Better Together. I know that there's kind of a few worlds that have been moved over, but I know, like I said, though, I will be moving some more worlds to the Better Together for the future. I know, like I said, though, it is really annoying that there won't be adding any more updates to this version anymore. But I think, to be honest with you, though, I think I'm just happy as it is at the moment. I think I'm just happy with this update, to be honest, because it would have been nice actually adding penguins to this update. But apart from that, though, to be honest with you, though, I'm pretty much happy. I'm pretty much happy with this update. I know, to be fair, though, that the update might have not lasted as long as what I've expected, because when they actually added the update, it would have not been as bad as when they actually when they basically added that last update that was quite a while ago. So, to be honest with you though, if they do maybe add another update, because I want to let you know guys, that they actually still add updates to it, but basically they don't actually add anything to the game, they just update it without anything. So I'm not sure whether if there is going to be any more updates. I'm actually totally not sure whether there is going to be more. But I heard from the news, I heard from some more YouTubers that I heard that there's not going to be any more updates for the Xbox One edition of Minecraft. But all the other consoles, there's going to be more updates. I was thinking to move my world to the Wii U, but the problem about the Wii U is basically the Wii U is on a pad. That's the problem of moving it to the Wii U. And the problem about moving it to the Wii U is I've got to have internet. Moving it to the Wii U, so I can't really move it to the Wii U, which is really annoying. I can't really move it to the Nintendo Switch because I don't have Minecraft on the Nintendo Switch anyway. I think it's just like a waste of time. So only the two ways I can do it is either move my world to the Better Together or move it to PC. That's the only thing I can do. But the problem about PC, by the way, is I do have a different skin on PC, which is the problem. And on the Better Together, I do have my skin, but I don't have this skin. The problem about the Better Together is I do not have my own creeper skin, which is really annoying. But I do usually I do have the Santa creeper, but I don't have the normal creeper. So they've decided that they've actually not added this creeper to the Better Together, which is really annoying. So I'm gonna be having a think about that, whether I basically should move it to the Better Together. Well, I think that's what I should do actually, but I'm actually totally not sure. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a think about that, and I will go and let you know whether I should move it to the Better Together, because I am getting a little bit worried that when I move my world to that version, it's going to start getting really laggy. The signs are going to start getting really laggy, and the problem is about that version is that version's the Bedrock edition, so it's like the PC, but basically it's just a bit slightly different because that's literally the first ever Minecraft they've brung out, but basically they've just brung out a separate version. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit weird, that version. But yeah, I want to let you know, by the way, that I will do a video on it on Sunday, just like a little video in it, and I will go and let you know whether I should really move to it or anything like that, because I am getting a little bit worried that I will have to move it anyway, because the problem about the Xbox One edition is it's probably not going to last as long. That's if I think that's when you're not on Xbox Live, I believe. I think when you're not on Xbox Live, I believe the world just stays as it is. But I think when you're on Xbox Live, I believe the world starts like fading away and stuff. So yeah, so I will be having a think about that. I will go and let you know. But anyway, so basically talk a little bit more of that. So I'm going to talk about now of actually what they added into the updates. So one thing that they do what they did add is the banners. So that was one thing that they added into the update. So let me just go and start by grabbing some banners. So basically this was actually one thing they added into the update, which was the banners. So let's go and start off just by putting some of these around the place. So basically these banners are basically the things that they actually added into the update. So they basically added these banners. So basically these banners were added into one of the updates. So basically if banners don't, if you know how banners work, basically banners are kind of a thing where you either put on the wall or basically things that you just put on, where basically you can put on the ground, like here. So basically this is actually a way how banners usually work. So banners were pretty simple in that update. I really enjoyed using them. I've actually not used them as much actually, but I might start using them like this a lot more. Where basically they can go and stand up, and I might use them for maybe a decoration or something like that. But apart from that though, these are banners. So banners are kind of things what you use for walls, used for decorations, and yeah, banners were pretty cool in the update. Next what they added is basically they added these new blocks. By the way, is they added these new terracotta blocks. So basically these new blocks down here. So they added these terracotta ones. So let's go and start off by grabbing just a few of these. So basically these are the terracotta blocks that they added into one of the updates. So basically these blocks are kind of like terracotta ones, but they basically just made them into like different sort of colours. So basically these are kind of like if you want to make like a checkered pattern house or something like that. Basically just kind of like these sort of blocks that they added, what they added into the into the update. Let me just go and show you just a few more, just because my inventory was full. So basically, these are basically just these random sort of blocks that they added. So it's going to start just spreading a whole load of these around. So basically, these blocks here are kind of the ones that they used into the update. But my favourite block so far is this one and this one, because the reason why I like that one is because it's got a whole load of arrows, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so basically, this is another thing that they added into the update video. Basically, they added these blocks. What else did they add into the update? Just trying to think what else did they add. Oh yeah, they added these as well. These contourate blocks. So let's go and start by getting some of these. So they added these as well. These random sort of like clay blocks. So let's go and start by just grabbing a whole load of these around. So yeah, basically this was another thing that they added into the update. They basically added these they added these like sort of like black sort of blocks. So yeah, they added these as well, which is cool actually how they added these. Oh yeah, and also they added sandstone as well. They also added the like red sort of sandstone kind of thing. So let's go and start up just growing. Here it is. Let's see. They basically added this sort of like powder. So basically they added like black, all these different types of powder that they added as well. So let's go and start by putting a whole load of these about as well. So basically these are kind of like, they're kind of like sort of powder kind of thing, what you basically use for decoration. But basically, the way how they've done this, by the way, is they've basically done it out of sand. So basically, do you know like proper sand that you get? But basically, they've just put it as like a different sort of colour. So as you can see, the technique how they've done it is they've done it sort of different as what they are when you look at proper sand. So yeah, they look pretty cool. I've actually not used as much of that sand, to be honest, but I might start using a lot more of that for the future. But yeah, you can kind of see how the sand technically works with how they basically like done the design on them and how they've done it all like that. So yeah, looks pretty cool. That sand looks pretty cool. So that's another thing they added into the update. The next thing that they added is let me just go and try and find it now. It's somewhere along here. I'm trying to find it. Oh yeah, another thing is they added these shulker boxes. And this was another thing that they added into an update. Basically, they added the shulker boxes. So basically, if you know how shulker boxes work, pretty much shulker boxes are simple. So basically, they're kind of like chests, the shulker boxes. They're pretty much like chests. So when you open them up, you can kind of see that you can put stuff in them, which is pretty cool. You can put stuff in them and stuff, which is cool. You can pretty much like put stuff in them, which is really cool. So basically, they just pretty much have exactly the same. Because I might start using these a lot more than chests, to be honest, because shulker boxes are pretty much the same as chests, but they're just a little bit slightly different. So I might start using shulker boxes a lot more than chests. But apart from that though, yeah, basically these are the shulker boxes. So shulker boxes, they added into a recent update. Basically what shulker boxes are is basically they're like chests where you can just put all random sort of items what you need if you need them for gifts, or maybe like sort of random stuff that you don't need if you're going for a mine, or maybe just building something. So yeah, that's what shulker boxes are for. So yeah, if you have used those, please let me know in the comments down below. Right, next up is the terracotta blocks. That's what they added next, the terracotta blocks, because these were actually called something else last time, but they've actually changed them to terracotta now. So basically, the next thing is these terracotta blocks. Basically, this is what the next thing that they've actually added. Yeah, basically these are these terracotta blocks. Let's go and start by spreading these around. So basically these are terracotta blocks. So basically these are kind of like things that you use like for decoration, or maybe like sort of a rubbish kind of thing. So yeah, basically these blocks were pretty much okay when I started using them. I've actually started to use them a lot now. Which is cool, but I've actually not used them a lot than since actually. So I might start using these a lot more in the future, which is pretty cool. But apart from that though, the terracotta blocks, I might not be using these a lot though, because if you actually look at the terracotta blocks, they do look a little bit slightly weird, because the way how they've techniqued them, they don't look they don't look as horrible, I should say. But apart from that though, when you actually look at them, they don't actually look as bad. So yeah, I might start maybe using these a lot more for the future. But apart from that though, yeah, they're pretty much okay when I started using them. When I started using them a lot more, when I started a lot more powerful. But apart from that though, They are okay. Right, next thing is I just go into my own house. Right, next one is in here. Right, next up is unservers. So unservers is next. So basically unservers are pretty simple, actually. So if I just go and show you how they work, if I just go and, I don't know how I'm going to do this, actually. So yeah, next up is unservers. So unservers are pretty simple. They don't actually really work. So unservers are like a decoration. So unservers are like robots. So basically, do you know the Google Eyes? Let me just go and just put that. Aha, here we go. So basically, yeah, that's unservers. So basically, they're like robots. So basically, they have eyes underneath them. And basically, they're kind of like a decoration. So basically, if you go and put them in like a kitchen, or maybe in a decorated room or something like that, basically you can't really use them because they're just like decoration. So you can't really use them. So basically, I don't know why they added unservers into the game. I don't know why. I don't know. It's just if you can make like robots or anything like that. But apart from that, though, they're basically just like sort of like decoration kind of thing. So yeah, they're just like basically sort of like decoration, where you can use them for kind of like things or anything like that. But I'm actually totally not sure what they basically added. Right. Next thing is Total of Undying. That's the next thing is. So basically, Total of Undying is basically a thing where you actually, basically Total of Undying is a thing that you use in survival mode. So basically, if you're really low on health, you can get your hunger up really easy, and that is Total of Undying. When I used Total of Undying for the first time, it was pretty much okay when I first used it. I've not been using it a lot in my world because I don't use it a lot anyway. If it's in creative, I don't really use it anyway. But if it's in survival, if it's either from My Lovely World or maybe for another series, I usually use a Total of Undying, because Total of Undying is pretty helpful to use, because when you're using it, by the way, if it's either in survival or anything like that, basically it's like a sort of thing that you basically just normally use, and basically it's just sort of a thing that you basically just normally use. All right, the final thing is what I'm going to do today is the beds. So basically, in a certain update, you basically get all different colour beds in a certain update. So basically, if I just go and put these, if I just go and head just somewhere around here, just go and head over here. So basically, this is next, double beds. So basically, double beds is next. So basically, they added this into a certain update, and beds are pretty much like sleeping in a bed, but basically they just added different colour beds, because in an update before you basically just had not red beds, red beds. So basically you had red beds, but now they've added all different colour beds. So they've added black, blue, green, pink, orange, so basically like that. So basically all different colour beds that you can basically have in an update. So basically, all different colour beds you can have. So basically, you can basically just have like sort of like different things where you can basically you basically don't have to have red beds anymore. You can basically just have all different colour beds that you can have in the game. And there is one more piece of advice on an update, and that is the end crystals. So basically, I've not been using end crystals a lot in my world. Basically, end crystals are kind of like TNT, where you just blow everything up. So end crystals, basically, you find them in the end, you destroy them by defeating the Ender Dragon. And end crystals are kind of like a thing where they destroy, and you basically use them for basically like sort of like random reasons. Basically just use end crystals for if you want to go and blow something up what you don't like. And yeah, that is what end crystals are for. So end crystals are pretty much like sort of like kind of like things, but they're just kind of like things that you basically use for that. So yeah, that is everything in the update video. That is everything in the update that I really wanted to show you. What they added in the past update. So sadly though, that they're not going to be adding any more updates to this version. So I want to let you know, by the way, that on Sunday I will be doing that video of talking about whether I should move it to the Better Together. But what I'm going to do tomorrow or on Friday, I will be moving up my world to the Better Together before I do it on Sunday, and I will go and let you know whether I I should make any changes. But apart from that, though, I don't know what's going to be happening in the next couple of weeks, whether I should move to that version or not. But I might end up maybe staying on the Xbox One version for now anyway, just because I like the Xbox One version completely, because I've done every single episode on the Xbox One anyway. So I will go and let you know whether I should maybe move to that version. I literally have no idea. I'll have to let you know, because if I do move to that version, the problem is if I do move to that version, there's kind of like a few touches that I'm going to do about that update. But yeah, I'll have to let you know at some point whether I should move to it. But apart from that, though, I will do that. So yeah, that's the end of this Minecraft video. We're talking about there'll be no more updates on the Xbox One. There might maybe another update in the future, like just updating it complete without adding anything. But as always, I'll have to let you know. But make sure you stick for Sunday. I'll do the Bet Together video, and I'll talk about whether I should move to this version, or just stay on this one and move to PC, or move to Bet Together. So they are adding the updates on Xbox 360, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Wii U, but just not on this version, because I don't know why. But as always, I'll have to let you know whether they are going to be adding any more for the future. But that's the end of this Minecraft video. There'll be a link in the description to the next video once that's uploaded. But yeah, for now, thank you for watching this update video about that they're not adding any more to the Xbox One, and I will see you all later. Bye!